What's the darkest manipulation tactic you've ever uncovered? My parents smiled at me over breakfast and said, "We've decided we need to be more strict. Starting today, you can't leave your room after 7 p.m. I laughed because the last time I broke one of their rules and snuck out, they just asked if the party was any good. But that night at 7 p.m. sharp, Dad actually walked me to my room. I was still smiling, waiting for the punchline, when I heard the lock click from the outside. Dad, I rattled the handle. Nothing. Through the door, I heard them laugh like it was a parenting win. From there, something shifted. It was 3 a.m. when my parents burst into my room yelling, "Room inspection!" My heart nearly exploded. Mom started counting my shoes while Dad checked under the bed with a flashlight. "What the hell is happening?" I asked, still half asleep. Mom turned to me with this concerned face. "Language, and why are you being so dramatic? This is perfectly normal." She used to stroke my hair when I had nightmares. Now she wouldn't even look me in the eye. Every night after that, 3 a.m. became inspection time. I stopped sleeping, just waited for them to burst in. That's when I noticed they looked happy. The more exhausted I got, the more energy they seemed to have, like vampires or something. After a week of no sleep, they installed cameras in my room. "For your safety," Mom said sweetly. The cameras beeped every 30 seconds, all night long. These were the same parents who gave me bread to sober up when I came home drunk at 16 and waited until the next day to give out to me. By day 10, I was hallucinating from exhaustion. I tried to hug my parents in the kitchen, desperate for any warmth. They stepped back like I was contagious. "Personal space," my dad said flatly. I knew I had to do something. It felt like they were trying to break me, so I tested them. I stayed out 5 minutes past curfew to see what would happen. Mom's reaction was insane. Screaming, crying, threatening to send me to military school. But as she grounded me for a month, I saw it. The corner of her mouth twitching up into a smirk, like this was part of her daily entertainment. The next day, I took it further. I failed a chemistry test on purpose, just wrote my name and handed it in blank. Dad's rage shook the house, but walking past their room later, I heard him whisper to Mom, "He's finally doing it." My blood went cold. That night while they drank wine and laughed about something, I cracked. I just wanted my parents back, the ones who used to tuck me in and call me their miracle. So for the first time in years, I thought about what life would be like if I met my biological mother, if she never put me up for adoption. I just needed to feel wanted by someone, anyone. I snuck into Mom's study and opened her laptop to Facebook to search for my bio mom's name. In the corner of the screen was a notification from Maria Tendelea, my bio mom. I clicked and my heart dropped. My bio parents had been writing for years, begging my mom to let her into my life. But one message made me freeze. "We know about the insurance. We'll pay you double to give him back." That's when I found the policy documents and everything finally clicked. Why they were punishing me for no reason. Why they wanted me gone. If I left my home voluntarily before turning 18, they would receive $30,000 for disruption of adoption. The whole time, my parents were trying to get me to leave the only home I'd ever known. In Dad's desk, I found a folder labeled with my name. Inside were boarding school applications, already half filled out. At dinner, I spread everything on the table. "Just tell me why," I said. Dad set down his water glass carefully, like he'd been expecting this. Mom's hand moved to her stomach in that protective way. That's when I knew. "You're pregnant. 4 months," she said. "So I'm just the practice kid?" My voice cracked. She didn't deny it. "With our real baby. Do you know what IVF costs? What we sacrificed? We took out loans," Dad said. "Mortgaged the house. And then we found out you were worth $50,000. But only if you leave on your own." "But my bio parents," I whispered. "They've been trying to warn me." Mom's mask finally slipped. "Those criminals? They sold you for $20,000, sweetheart. You think they want you back out of love? They want to sue us for money we don't have anymore." "We did love you," Dad said, "until the pregnancy test. Then you became a problem with a solution. $50,000. That's what 15 years added up to. That's what every bedtime story, every birthday, every I love you was worth." Mom pushed a paper across the table. "Sign this. Say you want to live with Grandma. This way we all get what we need." I picked up the pen. My hand was steady for the first time in weeks. But what I did next changed everything. Full story on channel linked below.